Life free, guys. Life free or die hard. Life free. Life free. What's up, guys? What's up? I'm not seeing no fucking comments. Like, let's see. Let me check what's up with that shit real quick. And then we'll watch something. We're gonna go live tonight too, but we just yes, American. Life free. I life free too. I life free. We're gonna get something playing here, but we're gonna go live tonight. We're gonna have a panel so we can get everybody's opinion on why certain folks have a hard time fucking staying away. You know, they're why they can't control their impulse. Looks like they brought all their alts over. There we go. I see they brought all their alts over to Jamie earlier. That was nice of them. Who else life's free around here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely a circle of Chomo protection. Definitely a circle of Chomo protection. Man, I tried to ask one of them a question last night and they fucking dipped out. But I guarantee that they saw my question, but I will hear some bullshit. You know, oh yeah, it's super fucking gross, super gross. That's why I decided to come live, you know, and get everybody ready for fucking tonight here because I haven't done it. I had to do some shit, you know, over on the other channel for a little while. But look at that. Somebody took their like. Aw. Hurt somebody's feel goods. Aw. But hang on, guys. I'm confusing myself. I'm trying to get something pulled up here. But I had to put some attention on the other channel for a little while there. Had no choice. Fucking things going. And I'm going to do a stream on the other channel first tonight, but then I would say I don't remember what I told you earlier, but I think 10 o'clock we'll schedule a live so we can do a panel and come on and get everybody's opinion on fucking, you know, the Chomo's bullshit. So what's up, everyone? How's everybody doing? Everybody staying warm? Anybody iced in yet? Hell yeah, I'm down too. Anybody else wants to be on the panel tonight, let me know. We can have 4 people at one time on the panel, but we can have 10 people backstage. We can swap out between people that are on the panel and people that want to come on. So anybody that wants to be on there, you let me know. I got to have a email address or something to send you the invite to. But I will post an email address here on the channel or in the chat right now, so you can send me your email if you'd like to be on the panel. There we go. Yeah, I know I have y'all's. I know that. I'm talking about anybody else that wants to be on there. So I'm even okay with the possible Chomo himself coming on panel. I'm okay with any of his circle of Chomo protection. I'm cool with any of them. If they want to come on panel, they are invited. It's up to them. He's not going to be the only focus tonight, but he's going to be the main focus. Oh yeah, they're not going to do that. I know that, Ashley. They not going to do that shit. Get the fuck out of here. I couldn't even get a single question answered last night, fucking, and it was a very, very simple question. Fucking, I mean, but look at the games they play. Look at how many people they brought over to fucking look at how many people they brought over to fucking Jamie's stream earlier. Well, see, Jamie, yeah, he is scared because he knows it's not just an opinion. That's why he's scared. Fucking because he knows the shit is fact and he knows that his very own fucking channel had the fucking evidence on it. But guys, I found something pretty fucking funny. You guys remember the diaper sniper fucking short that we had here on the extra? Look at this. Look what he puts on his channel. What a dumb motherfucker. Like, oh, fuck. Exactly. And that's the thing about guys like this, they just cannot, they cannot stay away, their impulses won't allow them, they're, it's fucking disgusting, they will delete channel after channel, and stuff like that. Fucking, they will block people from being able to say any fucking thing. Yeah, I called them too, Zom, last night, actually. I called them right on live stream. Yup. Yeah, exactly. The disability thing's disgusting. Fucking autism ain't fucking, a reason, whatever. Check it out. Here we go.
Instead, to hold fire until the end. I feel like this is such an important, nuanced topic that it deserves at least watching the video first. The whole thing, please, thank you. And it is not clickbait. Autistic people can be assholes too. Sorry, 1 second.
Wait, did you say asshole?
I did, Thomas. I certainly did. Let me explain. There's a common trope of happy disabled people that's overused in stories and in media. It portrays individuals with disabilities as being perpetually positive and, dare I say, inspirational. It's often used in media to evoke certain emotions in their audience. This is problematic.
Yeah, he was on their radar.
Simplify and
they said when I called, they said, I'm well aware of Mr. McAllister, but if you are willing to write a statement, we would accept that. And I said, absolutely. So I typed up a statement last night.
It reminds me of how villains are often played by men with deep British accents. This trope is harmful for reasons, but the one that we're going to explore today is how autistic people are often seen by neurotypicals to be using autism as an excuse for poor behaviour. Something a little like this. There is a seemingly never-ending stream of discussion online about how autistic people use autism as an excuse for their behaviour. Like some sort of A card which can be displayed to excuse all manner of things, from being untidy and neglecting chores to relationship drama and emotional and sometimes physical violence too. We've spoken at length on the issues around the double empathy problem on this channel, a well-cited issue explaining the disconnect between the communication styles of autistic and holistic or non-autistic people. It's well understood in the scientific literature that autistic people can tend to be seen as antisocial and avoidant of social contact. But I thought we were the ones who were supposed to suffer from black and white thinking. I think the truth is more complex and nuanced than this. Neurotypical people can be bullies, and autistic people can be kind and thoughtful. But also, neurotypical people can be respectful, and autistic people can be nasty and hateful sometimes too. Also, just because someone is autistic does not mean that they are a happy disabled person who never puts a foot wrong and, farts rainbows. We are all just human. This still isn't the full picture, and it also comes with serious problem. Neurotypical people can be assholes too. The Reddit case study. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that she can't blame everything on her autism? My sister, 24F, is currently going through the process in our country to get diagnosed with autism, the original poster writes. She believes she has it, and until she gets diagnosed with autism, I will continue to remind her that she doesn't...
No behavior, no excuse for his behavior. That's just a little highlight of something I want to discuss tonight.
is not an excuse for poor behavior. I know it might sound crazy, but hear me out. Stay tuned. So one of the things I always tell parents of a newly diagnosed child with autism, or even a child who has been diagnosed with autism for several years, is that autism is not an excuse for poor behavior. And what I mean by poor behavior is behavior that we would just find unacceptable from anybody else. So, for example, if you had a child with autism who pinched people, or who swatted at people, or who took the food off of another person's plate, I would say that that was poor behavior and there's no excuse for it. Just like you wouldn't let a typical child or adult engage in those kinds of behaviors, I don't think you should let your child with autism engage in those kinds of behaviors either. And here's why. We can teach our children with autism proper behavior. We can teach them that it's not appropriate to pinch people, because nobody likes to be pinched. And if they keep pinching people, nobody's going to want to be their friends, and they're not going to want to have a lot of people hang out with them. Now, it might be okay for a 3 or 4-year-old child to pinch somebody, but once they're 7, 8, 9, 20, that's totally unacceptable. And after so many years of a child being able to pinch somebody, to go in and teach them not to pinch, we have to retrain all that learning history. They've been allowed to do something for so long. Now we've got to go and teach them that now you can't do that. So these are behaviors that we really should be able to, kind of nip in the bud. And when we see our children doing those behaviors, just like we would a typical child, we would say, hey, Johnny, don't pinch. It's the same thing with our kids with autism. We would say, hey, Bobby, you can't pinch. Maybe Bobby wants somebody's attention, but we can teach Bobby the more appropriate way to get attention. Same thing. I've seen teenagers with autism that were allowed to take food off another person's plate. And then somebody else would just give that person who got their food stolen, $2 or $3 so they could go buy a replacement. Well, that's just totally unacceptable. Nobody wants their food stolen off of their plate. And any way for a person with autism, or really anybody, nobody should be eating food off of somebody else's plate. Yeah, Jay has a new channel. Think of the germs, the yuck. But also just think about the lack of dignity that goes along with that. That just makes people stare and talk, or make this person with autism or a disability, stick out like a sore thumb. So it's really
I'm trying to find something here, guys. Like I watched the other day. I'd like everybody to check it out. I never said you were him and don't care. The fuck? Nolan Brandt. Who the fuck is that? Apparently you. Okay. Wonder who I am. Just Snake Boy. I got a lot of rest recently. All right, guys. So, autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is not a legal excuse for criminal wrongdoing on its own. However, it has been used as a relevant factor in criminal defense, primarily as a mitigating circumstance during sentencing or to determine if the individual could form the necessary criminal intent. The key legal consideration is the defendant's mental capacity at the time of the offense. Legal culpability and autism. The legal system generally requires proof of both criminal act and a criminal mindset or intent for most offenses. A defense attorney may use evidence of an autism diagnosis to argue the following: inability to form intent. A person with severe autism may have difficulty understanding social norms, boundaries, and the consequences of their actions. Now, for me to interject here real quick, obviously we know that this guy does not have a severe case of autism to where he has difficulty understanding social norms, boundaries, and consequences of their actions, because he fucking comes on live stream all the fucking time and fucking, talks about sickos and how, oh, that's sicko stuff and whatever when somebody says something in the chat. So he obviously knows what's sick and what's not. And then they like to use it for diminished capacity. Autism might be presented as evidence of diminished capacity, potentially leading to reduced charges or a shorter sentence, depending on the jurisdiction and specific circumstances of the case. But the nice thing about this dude is in Texas, they're not going to lean on the diminished capacity. Texas is going to fucking hit him with everything they can. And then you got misunderstanding of cues. In cases involving sexual offenses, autistic individuals' inability to interpret nonverbal cues or a belief that online content is not real could be relevant to whatever they understood the wrongness of. However, he has made it perfectly clear on his own many, many times that he understands that online behavior and online things are real. He doesn't feel that they're not real. And that's why he continues to return. I have no idea, Ricky Bobby. I don't even know if it's a diagnosed thing. Who knows, but the guy has been able to hold a job in the past. He has been able to have children, so he knows right from wrong and everything. But, for autism to be a successful factor in defense, they would have to have a comprehensive forensic evaluation by an autism specialist. The expert would have to explain to the judge or jury how the individual's specific symptoms and characteristics relate to their actions and understanding of the law, which we know that would go nowhere in his case. And then when it comes to sentencing and treatment considerations, if he was to be convicted, a diagnosis of autism would mean that the court would consider appropriate sentencing alternatives, such as court-ordered treatment programs and therapy rather than incarceration in a standard prison environment where autistic individuals may be vulnerable to victimization. Virginia is one state that has passed legislation that allows for cases to be deferred or dismissed if the criminal conduct has a direct or substantial relationship to a diagnosis of autism. Basically, that's a liberal state, giving excuses to the fucking pedos. But anyway, autism is not a blanket excuse, that automatically dismisses, charges or allegations. It is a legitimate mental health condition, that can and should be considered in legal proceedings, because it does need to have a fair and just outcome, and focusing on the individual's understanding and potential for rehabilitation. But, with the online history, with the work history, with the marriage history, with the child history, with the, being able to go out and function in daily life and, be able to vape like a fucking freight train and, all that different stuff, that 100%, proves against any of this type of defense on this guy's fucking, on this guy's side. So, he has no stand when it comes to using his supposed disability, to fight this. So whatever, like I say, they are two completely different diagnoses, but, there are full-blown Down syndrome people, that, live normal lives and know right from wrong and don't do these kind of things. As we could see, fucking, like, how do I want to say this? I guess, basically, as we could see the last week or so, I tried to stand up for this dude fucking, and give him a chance to maybe explain fucking the stuff a little bit. I offered to give him a channel that was already ready to go live on and blah, 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 whatever. And of course, he runs and makes himself the victim, because child predators, frequently use manipulation tactics, that really portray themselves as the victim, and they're just trying to avoid accountability. They deflect blame, and they're just trying to get sympathy from their targets and the public. The behavior is really part of a broader psychological mechanism. It's called cognitive distortion, where offenders, rationalize their actions to alleviate guilt. But a lot of aspects to this behavior are things like, grooming tactics, which we have saw, you know, during the grooming process, guys like him may blame the victim for hurting her feelings, or if the kid was to set boundaries, they often make the kid feel guilty for rejecting advances or forcing the victim to provide emotional support to the abuser. Like at the one point, y'all remember him saying, well, I have Facebook and Snapchat, but a lot of you on here don't have Snapchat. That's shifting it to them, like, well, sorry, it's your fault we can't talk because you don't have Snapchat, which he thought was going to fucking, twist their arm into getting Snapchat. But anyway, the victim to offender narrative is the other big thing with these kind of guys. A lot of predators like him claim that they were abused as a child, to justify their behavior and to garner sympathy. But some predators were indeed victims, but many abusers exaggerate or fabricate their history to manipulate others. And then obviously deflection and distortion is a huge one. They often use excuses and justifications to overcome, internal inhibitions and blaming external factors or the victim for the abuse. And online, when it comes to online, predators, often coerce children into, performing things that they normally wouldn't do, like going into Snapchat and stuff. And then, and then doing other things, maybe even, self-harm or things like that. And then if the child stops, the predator may, threaten to expose them or whatever, they find ways to effectively trap the victim while acting as the one that's in control. And then if they get confronted, some offenders try to flip the narrative, acting as if they were being persecuted rather than holding responsibility for their crimes. And that's what we saw in full force here. We saw full force where when he was confronted, he flipped the narrative, acting as though, he was being persecuted rather than being held responsible for what he's done. He deleted his channel. People are bullying him. Look at this new channel, it's all about fucking, heroes against bullying and blah, blah, fucking blah. Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's just bullying, right? No, it was playing your own fucking streams back and asking some questions about it. So, like, there's like something, another thing that I, per my research over the last couple of weeks here, that I have, read a lot about, and I'll try to give you a little summary about it. But predators expressing, a desire to wear a diaper, to a child can be a specific and, manipulative tactic that they use in the grooming process. All right, guys, sorry about that. I got a phone call here. But anyway, basically, they do that whole thing like the grandmother, wanting to treat him like a baby, the aunt wanting to treat him like a baby story, that's basically designed to exploit a child's trust, and boundaries. It creates a sense of, shared vulnerability, a special secret, basically, it desensitizes them, to really inappropriate topics or situations. Grooming isn't something that happens, in an hour usually. It's something that's gradual and a very manipulative process, where an abuser builds an emotional connection with a kid, to gain their trust and I guess access, and eventually leading to the abuse. And I guess to explain how this really fits into grooming, the aunt and grandmother story. I know we have a small circle of Chomo protection that don't want to fucking believe any of this stuff or listen to it because their importance for low-cal content outweighs children's safety. But like I've already said, it exploits vulnerabilities. Where he may like present himself as vulnerable or in need of help, like saying things like "I have a problem and need to," talk about this, or whatever. It's basically trying to elicit, empathy, and I guess maybe get a somewhat promise of secrecy from the child. And it's also normalizing inappropriate behavior. And if that by involving, a kid in the situation, really inherently inappropriate for the age, guys like him attempt to really make, kids feel that this behavior is normal or a shared secret, maybe that adults would not understand. Like if you remember him saying, about, well, I have a niece that, wets the bed, blah, 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 however he worded it. But, that was basically, sharing a secret or normalizing inappropriate behavior, and then then it's textbook stuff because then they move into really isolating the victim, and that's the request for secrecy, and obviously, wanting to move the conversation from YouTube to Snapchat is, trying to, gain secrecy around the behavior. And it's also, testing boundaries. It's a way that he could test the child's boundaries and see how far, he could push the limits without the kid resisting or telling, maybe a trusted adult. And then, of course, we go into, psychological manipulation. And that's where, guys like him, might make the kid feel special, I guess, for being someone that he was able to trust with the information or talk to, or maybe even, making the child feel guilty, and again, he played that game with the when they were saying, oh no, that was my cousin, and he kept saying like, was it you or was it your cousin? Are you sure it wasn't you? Making him feel guilty. So basically, as adults, like us and stuff, we need to recognize, the warning signs and stuff. It's just very crucial for us to recognize, signs of grooming, and red flags and stuff. And I guess that's one of the things that really disgust me with the, the Chomo, the Chomo circle of protection. and you know, the ways to go about this kind of thing, you know, is similar to what we have done already. You know, we put it on blast out there. You know, we kind of report, you know, our concerns to, you know, ICAC and fucking or ICAC, whatever you want to say. Like we have, you know, even to local law enforcement, you know, and then as Sonia did already, Child Protective Services, you know, so. You know they and you know also like what I've done, you know, sort of you know, studying this stuff, you know, in depth. I have spent several hours a day just studying this stuff to really get to the bottom of, you know, what we can do about this fucking sicko bullshit. You know, there's two things in this world that I do not fucking tolerate, and I will spill the beans on every fucking time. One of them is child predator shit, and one of them is fucking, you know, the hard R with fucking women. You know, crimes against women and children are the two things that I do not fucking tolerate when it comes to, you know, other people and, you know, the legal system. I will be a snitch every fucking time with those two things. I actually took out a fucking sicko many years back now. But if y'all want to look him up, look up Scott Bixler, Scottbixler, out of Pennsylvania, where he was arrested for child predator stuff. I turned evidence against that motherfucker, took his ass out, and he was sentenced to a very long time in prison. So anyway, guys, like I say, we'll talk more about this shit on the panel tonight. I simply wanted to, you know, get everybody prepared for having a panel tonight, and I don't know what this is, but might as well take a look at it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. First and foremost, hope you guys are having a great night tonight. If not,
10 o'clock.
because you can. So, sorry I haven't gotten out here late. It's later on in the night. I know. I realize that. I apologize for that, but I was actually talking to somebody very, very special.
The real Blair Witch Forest.
And
a lot of people say they've gone to the Blair Witch Forest, and a lot of people are like,
it's been kind of a wild night, to be honest with you, because
the active trail system that moves into the abyss.
sometimes when you fall in love with somebody, you care about somebody.
I'm nervous. Chris, are you nervous?
There comes a time in life where you have to put everything else aside. And you have to put your whole life aside.
It'll be 9 o'clock for you, Sue. Yes, 10 o'clock Eastern.
So you guys know, I am back on YouTube. I'm back to streaming again.
Been good, Ethan.
and back to being with you guys. So please be patient with me. I'm not streaming. I apologize. And I hope that you guys understand that I do have a life besides outside of YouTube. I do have a lot of family to deal with. I got kids to deal with.
Yeah, you got kids to deal with. You sick.
But I'm also talking to a very special girl at the same time.
Very special girl.
That is also setting my YouTube streaming aside too. So if I'm not streaming, I do apologize. I also do have a job on the side, so I do stay kind of busy, you guys. So please understand that.
Gotcha.
But so you guys know, I did have something crazy that happened earlier. It was really nuts, and I wanted to try to get some answers for it. And I was actually sitting in my room earlier today and had some things fall off my wall without them being touched. So that was a major thing today. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up here and try to get some answers for you guys tonight. So let me get my stuff together, and I'm going to try to get my stuff together for you guys and try to do a little bit of investigation for you guys tonight. Again,
Sick cloud.
I've got two streams going here, you guys, so I apologize.
Oh, mama.
So I'm going to see if I can get some answers for you guys tonight again.
All right, get us some answers.
Okay.
Yep, it's a grab bag. Yep.
I'm going to get my paranormal balls out here real quick, so give me a second, you guys.
He's gonna get his cat balls out.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, everybody, I'm going to shut off there for a second. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
I do have my EVP recorder right here.
Nah, not yet, buddy.
So I'm going to go ahead and get this going. All right. Is there anybody here that would like to communicate with me right now?
We would all love to
Anybody
communicate
at all?
with you.
Any spirits here?
Well, not spirits, but we would definitely like to
I saw you
communicate
knocking
with you.
stuff off my wall earlier. I knew you guys were here. I knew something was here because stuff got knocked off my wall. So that tells me that you guys were here or something is here. So I'm going to go lights out here quick, you guys, and get things going.
Maybe Yasko can come over and help you figure out who it is.
So is there anybody here that would like to communicate with me right now? Is there any spirits here that wish to communicate?
Extras here. Extra chromosome.
I put some balls here on the bed. I turned them on. All you guys got to do is touch them and they will light up. Let me know you guys are here. Also got a voice recorder right there, so an EVP recorder called electronic voice phenomenon. So if you guys speak into that recorder, I will hear you. I'll hear what you guys have to say. So if you guys want to light up some of the balls in my bed right now, let me know you're here. I greatly appreciate it. You guys can do that for me. You guys light one of them balls, let me know you're here. I don't mean any harm or any kind of disrespect. I got an EVP recorder right there if you guys want to speak into that. Got a ball here, ball there, one over here, one right there. So if you wish to speak, I'm asking you to throw one over there where it's farther away, one over there where it's by a window, one over here, and one over here.
I'm just looking for a snake to buy.
Guys, that was me touching the balls. I was moving them so that way they have more room to touch.
Yeah, that was him touching his balls.
Yes, I do have another stream going right there, so you guys know. Is there any spirits here that wish to communicate with me right now? Light up one of them balls. Let me know you're here. Don't be afraid.
Fuck you.
I'm also watching CJ Faze, and you probably know who he is. He's a paranormal explorer.
Yeah.
If you know who CJ Faze is, light up one of them balls.
Yeah.
Let me know you're here. Also saw that flag right there moving earlier, so that gave me another clue you guys were here.
Blues Clues.
So go ahead and light up one of them balls for me, you guys.
Jay, you light up my balls.
I know you guys are here. I feel your presence. So you guys, please let me know you're here. My stuff over here that was on the wall over here got knocked over earlier. My glasses, my sword. So can you guys let me know you're here? Please? Ooh. You guys aren't being very talkative tonight. Can you let me know you're here? Light up one of them balls. Go ahead. Don't be afraid of me. I'm not afraid of you.
Balls to the wall, man.
Do you want me to move one of the balls closer to the flag? Is that what you want? I can do that for you. There you go. It's closer to the flag so you can touch the flag.
Yeah, don't be afraid of me. Yeah. Sick fuck. And to think that I tried to stick up for this motherfucker. I can't believe
so
I
go ahead.
tried
If you
to
want to mess
stick
with
up
that
for this
flag, the
fuck.
ball's right there next to the flag.
I feel like a fucking sicko for trying to stick up. It's fucking disgusting.
I'm not afraid of you, whoever you are. Go ahead and prove to me that you're here. I feel your presence with me. I got chills going down my spine right now. So I know you're here.
Yeah, Sean, fucking. I mean, I should have fucking
I'm
saw
literally
it.
not afraid of you.
I should have saw it, man. I have no
Whoever
excuse.
you are, whatever you are.
No fucking excuse. I should have seen it. I need to get my other phone fucking fixed because I can't get logged into that Discord.
Whoever's here, can you come to the spirit box right here and talk to me?
Hey, dude, if you're listening, the guy that I normally talk to on Discord, I can't get into my old phone, so I don't know how to contact you, man. If you still have my phone number, shoot me a fucking text or something with your Discord name or an invite or something, so I can get in with my old Discord.
Thing here, hang on. Okay, I gotta figure out what to do.
Oh, did DeVito go live last night?
Whoops, sorry, guys. I'm gonna do that. Apologize for that, you guys. It's me lighting up balls right now, don't worry.
Yeah, I knew a few nights ago. Yeah. Yeah, Jamie, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Fucking. This guy is a real fucking sicko. Yeah, I don't know either, Sean. Yeah, Detroit. Sickos, fuck sickos, disgusting motherfuckers. You can tell just looking at this dude, he's a fucking sicko. I should have seen it. I should have fucking seen it. I'm so disgusted with myself for not seeing that he was a sicko from the beginning. I probably deserve to go stick my hand in a fucking cobra cage. That was so dumb of me. Yeah, man. Yeah, Detroit. It's fucked. Like I say, I wish I would have seen it from the beginning, but as soon as I did and called him out, and then also we fucking, I tried about a week ago to give him the opportunity to, get back online, going live, and possibly set the record straight and everything. And of course, he had to make himself the victim in that, and he went and fucking told the dude that was facilitating, fucking trying to talk to him and get him to come back live, fucking that I was talking shit about him on my stream when I wasn't. I was sticking up for him, trying to get him to, set the record straight. If he hasn't done anything wrong, answer a couple questions and move on, and set it straight and get back to life as normal. But if he, if he's not being genuine and shit, fucking, he deserved to be fucking trashed. You're 15. I mean, that's up to you whether you watch the stream or not, but I cannot fucking answer questions to you or talk with you at this point. So, sorry. I mean, you're welcome to watch the stream. You're of YouTube age, but oh, okay. You're not 15, but okay, yeah. That girl kept saying that. Yep. I got you. I got you. Yeah, man. I don't believe in talking to fucking kids on the internet, man. So. Yeah, he knew she was 15 for sure. For sure. I mean, it's funny. People don't even want to watch him anymore that bad that, like, we had fucking over half the people drop out after we started watching his fucking stream. I wish that one of us could have archived all of his streams so we could rewatch them.
Okay.
He said a lot of weird shit in there when I connected it from one of your live streams you did a couple weeks ago. Man, I have a bunch of his shit archived. It's all what I did was I had a screen recorder going, and I just played his fucking live streams continuously on my computer. Screen recording. I gotta edit out, because it records everything on the screen, so I've got to edit everything out, and then I can, play that shit. So I'm gonna use, some time and start going through some of that shit a little deeper and find, the pertinent stuff and put up there.
Is there any spirits here with me right now? If so, talking to the spirit talker right there, and they'll hear you. Is there anybody that wishes to communicate right now?
I don't know about that, Detroit, but I can't stand a fucking sicko.
want you to see me.
You want me to see you? Show yourself. Show me you're here.
Yeah. You're right.
What's your name?
John.
Can you tell me what your name is? I'm not afraid of you, whoever you are.
Prison.
Prison? Were you in prison? Or do you feel like you're in prison being here?
Oh shit.
Are you trying to be set free? Are you trapped here?
Prison. That's where you need to be.
Are we friends?
Sure, we can be friends. I just don't know who you are. Can you tell me what your name is? What's your name?
Well, guys, I had no intention of watching any streams or anything.
I don't
right
mean harm
now.
or no disrespect to you.
I pretty much was coming on here just to let everybody know about
I
the
just wanna get
live channel
answers.
tonight.
That's
Hopefully
okay.
everybody can make it. We're gonna discuss, our thoughts about this fucker, and about his return and whatever. So,
Can you tell me what your name is? Can you tell me where you're from?
yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern.
13.
Yep, 10 p.m. Eastern. Her name's
Are
Siri.
you 13 years old?
13 years old. Of course it has to be. But a
You spent
13
13 years in prison? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
What a sick fuck. He even has to groom the ghosts. What a sick fucking bitch.
Got a
Ugh.
ball flashing, you guys. Can you touch one of them balls again?
Jasmine.
Jasmine? Is that your name is Jasmine? It's a beautiful name. Jasmine. Are you Serena's daughter?
Scary.
Scary? What was scary? Did something happen to you? around? Does that mean you're around right now? Does that mean you're around me? Are you near me?
The largest true cobra species on the.
Are you touching me right now?
It's the largest true cobra species on the planet, guys. Not that you give a shit.
Are you trying to let me know you're here?
Yeah, we can't wait for the diaper sniper to be back.
Touch me in balls.
I vow, if I have to make 1,000 fucking accounts to tell everybody that he's a diaper sniper,
Doctor?
I will do so.
What about a doctor?
What's up,
You see doctor
Bubba?
before you passed
What's up,
away?
big guy? What's up, big guy? What's up, big dude?
Did a doctor kill you?
What's up, big dude? Hey, big girl. Hey.
Did a doctor not give you the right kind of medicine? Like, you didn't heal in time?
This is the new guy. I forget his name. This is the new male.
If you're really here, just tell me what my name
It's
is.
blurry
Tell
like
me
that.
what my name is.
Earl, that's right. Earl. Fucking Dennis.
Tell me what my name is.
Dennis the Menace. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl.
Can you tell me my name?
Oh, yeah.
I have a video going. I know you guys are here right now. First, I thought you hit my knee. I heard you move something in my room. Then you lit up this ball right here twice. Now I know you're trying to get my attention. So do me a favor and light up one of them balls again. Go ahead. This one right here is lit up twice. I know you're here. It's right there. I'm watching that ball right there. You lit it up twice. So go ahead. You want me to turn the lights on? I'll even do that for you. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Alright, I'll even turn the lights off for you so you guys can light them up. You guys want the lights out? There you go. Lights are out. I know you guys are here now. I felt your presence. I know you're here. Go ahead. Make one of them light up.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, later on here, we will go live and handle what needs to be handled. So I'll talk to y'all a little bit before 10 o'clock Eastern. I will be on TVR tonight at about 8:30
I'll be on there from 8 or 8:30 till about 10, and then 10 we'll hop over and do the panel on extra. See you then. Yeah, watch for the notifications, man.